Hey, good morning, everybody. John Pasanchik here, and I wanted to do my at least midday analysis of Bitcoin. Normally, I do it in the morning. Since this is Christmas Eve, I had a bunch of things I needed to do here at home, but I did want to give you an analysis, and I'm going to change it up a little bit. From the perspective of, I always give a very short-term type of analysis. What's going to happen over the next 78 hours. I'm still going to include that, but I'm going to also expand my timeline here, and I want to compare some things here from current market action to market action from 2017, because I'm hearing a lot of chatter that this is the top, it's not going to go any higher. And I don't believe that based on my analysis. I do think we're going to go higher. So, but I'll get to that. So right now, let's just take a look at the short-term chart. This is a 15-minute chart. And we really have been just going sideways, for the last few days. Today's, December 24th. I'm showing here on the screen from December 22nd, and we're just sort of waffling around the side. We try to go up, selling comes in, we try to go down, buying comes in. So it kind of it's been keeping it in a fairly narrow trading range. And if you take a look, expand out the timeline and take a look at an hour, it's basically the same thing. I mean, it shows the run up that we had here going back on the December 16th. Through the 17th, we ran up somewhere around $4,000. Let me check here, $4,400 in round numbers. And if you take a look at this on an hourly chart, you really don't have any indication that this thing is wanting to come down. I mean, we did try to go higher here. Selling came in. We did try to sell it off here. Buying came in. And it's been literally staying in a relatively narrow range for this time after this run up. So that is a very, very good sign. And basically what it is just an indicator of is that at this point, there's no real heavy buying, no real heavy selling, buying and selling kind of equal here. And that's a good thing because, since it is a new top, a new high, you're always at risk at a bunch of institutions just start dumping their portfolio and trashes it. That's clearly not happening here. And if we're going to expand the timeline a little bit more here, and we're going to go into the a one-day chart. So what this is every bar that you see here is a day. Okay, and this really clearly shows we were going back to early October. We were basically around 10,700, and then we started the rally. We started the bull market. Okay, and between that point in early October until December 1st of this year, we had a pretty good run. From basically 10, call it 11,000 just for ease to 9,000, almost 20,000. We'll call it 20,000 just for mathematical ease. So that it ran up $10,000 between October and December, and then it went sideways for a few weeks. And then we started to run up, where in this run up in just a few days, actually a day and a half, quite frankly, we ran up $4,400. And since that point, we've been just consolidating. So take a look at this formation over here. This is not showing weakness. This is showing that a very healthy thing that's going on in the market. So we ran up $4,000, $4,400 in 2 days, and a day and a half really. and now we're consolidating. And what that consolidation does is it just kind of eases up the pressure of the selling pressure, eases up a little bit of the buying pressure, and the market comes to equilibrium. That is actually very important anytime you have a run up. That you have a healthy consolidation. All right, so now what I want to do is I want to show you something that's going back to 2017 when we topped out back there, and that was somewhere around 19,000 back then. So I want you to take another close look at this picture. I know on your screen it might be a little small, but there's one other thing that I want to add here is this here move from December through from October to December is in no question a bull market. Okay, and bull market, and it looks like the first leg. So bull market's a true bull market. Usually has 3 legs. So we completed that first leg, in my opinion, back in December, and then in early December, and then with this run up now that we started. That started the second leg. Now, what you have here is we punched through a lot of supply, going back, a lot of resistance here. We punched back. So a consolidation after that is actually logical and important, sort of a resting spell, because it takes a lot of energy to get through that kind of supply selling pressure that is to be expected at those old highs. So what we have here with this run up and this rest is the start of the next bull run. Okay, and that's very important because if we ran up $10,000 here, there is a very good chance we're going to run up about $10,000 in this at least. Okay, so we started off at around the mid 19,000 level. 19.4, 19.5. We put on 4,000 so far from the very top. What I'm expecting is for this leg at some point. It's not tomorrow. It's not the next day. Although you never know. But over, I would say the next 3-4 weeks. Coming back a month from now. How's that? Coming back a month from now. We may if this is truly the next leg of the bull run, I truly expect us to be somewhere around $30,000. So, having said that, if you haven't bought your Bitcoin yet, you should. And if you have Bitcoin, this might be a perfect place to expand your position. Now, I do want to get back to what how we doing here on time. Let me just see here. Okay, 8 minutes. I just want to take a couple of more minutes here. So this will take me a moment to actually do this. I have to get back to 2017. So just bear with me. I'm backing up the chart here. Okay, so I'm here. Okay, so let me just center this a little bit more. And here you have a run up. Okay, so and you basically have 3 legs here. So this is going back to 2017. That rally, basically got started October 4th of 2017, and actually Bitcoin was somewhere around $4,200. Okay, from that point in October to here. Okay, to here being that was a month, and that was November 8th of 2017, and the close on that day was 7,442. So that ran up about $3,000 in about a month. A month. Okay, so that's leg one. Then we came over here and we started leg two. All right, and we went from basically 6,474 to a high of, the high was 16,639. That, I'm calling this the second leg, okay? Because we hit the high, we had a good bunch of selling came in, got very volatile. You could tell, you know, from the price spread, high, low, close, very much wider spread than what was going on. Some preliminary selling was starting to come in, and then we ran up again. This section here, we went from basically call it 14,660 to a high of 19,891, and that was just in a few days. December 10th through December 17th. Okay, a lot of volatility, but we wound up going up, you know, $4 or $5. It looks like about $4,000 or $5,000 in just a few days. But then here's what happened here. Selling came in immediately, and this is how this looks very, very different than what's going on right now. So if you take a look at this ultimately the highest point here, which was December 17th of 2017, selling immediately came in, and we wound up getting slammed in just a few days. It went, you know, on December 22nd, we wound up seeing a low of 10,700. We wound up closing at 13,170. That's a pretty good shot. Okay, that's a pretty good down move. Now, after you hit something like that, the natural reaction is, because it does get really oversold, is you have a rally. Okay, it rallied, selling came back in, wound up with a little bit of a support coming in, wound up rallying back up, went to almost the top of the Bollinger Bands, and then selling came in, and then it was lights out. It just kept trading lower and lower and lower until we got to the final end point of on February 6th. The low there was $6,000, and it wound up closing at 7,673. So this price action is very, very different than what we are experiencing now. And so for those of you that are saying, oh, we're at the top, you don't buy anything here because you're just going to be, you'll be able to buy cheaper Bitcoin. I don't think so. My opinion really is that this top, here we go, this top is way different than what we saw back there. There's orderly selling, no real big hits. The only time there was a big hit was right over here, okay, and it worked itself out. And that was really at the old highs that selling came in, which is natural, okay. And then it consolidated, and then we're what I'm considering we're starting the second leg of the bull market. So that's it. I hope you find this helpful. Definitely, you know, feel free to comment in comment in the on Facebook, you know, like the video, if you don't mind, comment, tell me what you think. And, you know, if you're viewing this on YouTube, then definitely do me a favor and like it, and feel free to subscribe to my channel. All right. Well, thank you very much. Hey, have a pleasant Merry Christmas. You know, enjoy Christmas Eve. Have a pleasant and happy and Merry Christmas. I probably won't be doing a commentary on Christmas Day. And for those of you that celebrate Hanukkah, happy Hanukkah. You know, and peace to everyone. All right. So I love you all. Take care. Bye-bye.